Hey everybody, I am here at my local divers playground, and I gotta tell you, it doesn't need to be this lake. You find a local dive spot near your house and it is every bit as beautiful as the Caribbean. I wish. No offense to places like this, but when it comes to beauty, they cannot compete with the Caribbean. However, they do offer some things that the Caribbean doesn't. For example, I drove here this morning. It took me about an hour. It's almost no effort or hassle for me to come and go diving here. They're close to home. 2, I got in much cheaper than it would cost me to do a Caribbean trip. I could come here every weekend of the season and go diving for just a fraction of the cost that it would cost me to go on one Caribbean vacation. But location and cost are not the 2 reasons I suggest you should come diving here. Here's the 3 reasons. Here's the 3 reasons why I think that you should consider diving at your local diving playground. 1, it's a great place to learn new skills. If you're like me, you enjoy learning new things. I mean, at least if you're enjoying the topic. And if you're watching this video, I suspect you enjoy scuba. So connect yourself with a local dive shop and come out and get a new certification. Learn a new specialty. Learn new stuff about diving. You'll have a great time. 2, second reason to come here, go diving, is it allows you to practice the skills you already have. I once met a piano player. He was really well known in Chicago. I mean, you wouldn't know him by name, but let's just say when a certain Italian crooner would come to town, the kind of guy that likes to do things my way, you know what I'm saying? This was the guy that played piano for him. And I asked him, when you're at your level of skill and ability, do you still practice every day? And he said, absolutely. For 2 hours a day, I sit down at the piano and all I do is play my scales. Da 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 da. You gotta be kidding me! I hated playing scales when I was taking piano lessons. I said, why would you do that? He said, 1, it just keeps my muscle memory in my fingers, knowing how to move my hands up and down that keyboard. When I sit down to play an actual song or a piece, I no longer have to think about how to move my hands to get them in position to the right keys. They're already there before I can think about it because it's so natural to them to go up and down that keyboard, changing keys along the way. The other reason he said is, it gets tiring in your fingers to play piano for 2 hours. And so I practice for 2 hours just to keep my muscles toned. Makes sense, right? I bet you know where I'm going with this. A good reason to come to a lake like this and go diving is to practice the skills you already have so that you get more comfortable breathing underwater. It's not natural for us to do that. So that you get better at your buoyancy and all of a sudden you can hover over and watch something without even really thinking about it or trying. You come here practicing the fundamentals of checking your gauges to make sure that you have enough air so that when you get to that dream vacation, that dive location that you've been excited about for how long now, all of a sudden you don't need to think about the basics because they're just muscle memory. You just do them naturally. When you're on that vacation, then you can enjoy the sights underwater and enjoy it to its fullest because you don't gotta think. You don't gotta think. You don't gotta think about the basics. You've mastered them here, and now they're muscle memory. Here's the 3rd reason that you should come diving here. It's a great place to hang out with friends, meet new friends, develop relationships with friends you already have. Look, we live in a world that we think social media is community, and it's not. You come here with buddies, you go diving, you do something you enjoy, and you develop friendships. I heard a story of a guy, he played golf all the time, 3, maybe 4 times a week, and he confided to a friend. He said, I hate playing golf. A friend said, if you hate playing golf, why are you always playing it? He says, it gets me out of the house. I like being outside, I like being active, and I like hanging out with my friends, and they play golf. Why do you come to a lake like this? Because it's better than playing golf. Anyway, I'm here with a great group of people. Toucan Dive, my local dive shop. I enjoy hanging out with them, and we're developing good friendships. So I'm gonna get back to hanging out with them, and you consider why you should go diving at your local diver's playground. Have a great day, dive safe.